and we are back with the Agents of Happiness show. And I am so super extra excited today, because today I have a Swedish agent here today of happiness, and that is my dear friend Emma. Emma, warm welcome. Välkommen, welcome.
Welcome. Thank you so much.
Yay!
Yeah.
Finally, Emma is in the room, is in the house. So please, Emma, just like if you would like to just introduce yourself to our audience. Who are you?
Oh, who am I? First of all, I'm a very happy Swedish people.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, like a human being. That's my biggest role in life. I would say to be a mom to 2 kids, or actually 1 adult right now, but I have 1 small kid. But I guess you're more out of what I have done in my life, right? A little bit.
Well, if you just would like to say, hey, I'm Emma Igelstorm, and if you don't mind. Because
I don't mind, but I'm a little bit typical Swedish. You know, you don't brag. Or
I am here to brag for you.
Oh, thank you so much, Anne. But I'm Emma Igelstorm. I'm a former Swedish swimmer. I have been swimming for our beloved yellow and blue country 12 years in the national team, and during that team I did the Olympics and I won 5 world championships title. I think I have 13 European titles and lots of other medals, but I have done a very long journey in the swimming pool.
Yes.
Yeah.
You did. And like I said, like I told before when we were talking, and you were like, oh, I'm so proud of you, Emma. But the thing is, why I am saying that, because as a Swede, we are proud of you, because you have done so much for our country. I don't think you can understand how proud we all are over you.
Oh, thank you so much. I mean, the whole career and the whole swimming thing, of course, has synced in after the actual career. But there are also, for me, it's kind of another life. You know, I can look at my medals and is this me? You know, because there are other things in life that I'm more proud of.
Of course.
Like, these are just something that came like a bonus of something I love to do, because I've always loved to do sport, to do swimming, to compete, and the lifestyle of sport. So that's like my bonus in life.
But because, as you know, you are here because you are, first of all, also you are a happy person.
Yeah.
I see you as an agent of happiness. That's why you're here.
Thank you, Anne.
So can I just ask you something? Being an athlete and being so into really tough competitions, and was that your happy place always, in the swimming pool, in the competitions?
This is like pretty fun that you asked this, because I was thinking, during my early years in my career, and when you fought your way up to the, the world elite, I had this picture that the day I will be best in the world will be the happiest day of my life. I almost that was the utopia of happiness in my mind. Then when I won my first world championship and I actually broke the world record in that final, I was the first female swimmer ever swam under 30 seconds on 50-meter breaststroke, which are these, magical things. And I went up to this to take the prize, and you got the gold medal. It was a really heavy one. You see the Swedish flag, you hear the national anthem, and it didn't come over me, the happiness. It was more like a feeling of relief. You know what I mean? It's so I felt a little bit, is this it? I was a little bit disappointed on my feeling. So no, I would not say that it was happiness over all this career. But when I look back in the mirror, it was the small things in the career, you know, hanging out with the friends, you know, being on camps, and I guess that's life in general, right? It's not like the big things that makes you most happy. It's actually the small things in your daily life that have this really, and maybe also the unexpected things. You know what I mean? Like when they just come over you.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's interesting.
Yeah, that is an interesting perspective. And I think most of actual elite sports, men and female, have the same feeling about it.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Because you were thinking like the Swedish flag.
Yeah.
Du gamla, du fria, our national anthem.
Yeah.
And, oh, wow.
But I had one moment, and that was actually in the same championship. We won a gold medal with the relay team. So we were 4 girls, and I think it was the first world gold medal that the Swedish female team won ever. And it's pretty cool to stand on the same podium with 3 other girls you train with day in and day out. You share everything, you know, ups and downs with them, and then you can do it together. That's another kind of happiness. And that's, I think, probably the medal I remember most.
But you know, maybe the saying, you know, shared joy
100%
is, you know, the best joy.
Yeah.
So maybe there is some little bit of truth in that.
Yeah,
you know,
I think
because
so.
The thing is, when we are alone, you know, if you're just working for something and working very hard for something, and then when you come in goal, it's a little bit empty.
Of course it is.
It is.
Yeah,
Because
it is
what's
like
next?
it's like an hangover, and then you need to get to the next goal. And I think if you are people like I am that always striving for, you know, being better, reaching new goals, you will. I think you will never ever be like 100% satisfied, like, because that's a part of my personality. But I'm okay with that now as well. I can be happy today without being 100% satisfied.
Yeah.
Does it make sense? Yeah.
Because I think even if I'm not an athlete,
but you can compare this to every part in the life, right? Yeah.
If you're, you know, a competitive person, you know, me coming from my background is in sales, right?
Yeah.
And sales, then you are
that's also like performance, measurements and everything, And
you need to just like beat the last month record. You know, beat the last year record and always being the star. So you need always to, you know,
push yourself and be better,
But that is not the happiness. I do understand. I do agree. So what is happiness for you?
I think I come back a little bit to once the daily life. Like, I mean, I have done my journey, and to be grateful is a big part of that. To be grateful of the small things in life. But I also can be very, very happy when I can share my passion for sports, for example. I mean, there's a reason I'm here in Middle East.
Yes, tell us a little bit about that.
I have spent the 3 years in Saudi. Building up pretty much swimming for kids. And I also have an extra heart for girls. But basically my heart is, or I'm passionate about that it is everyone's right to do sports. It should not be boundaries if you have a special you know, obstacle in your life, if you don't have the economics to do sport, or if you are on the wrong gender. I think it's everyone's right to sports. Then I moved here to Qatar to join Artemex Sports, which is a part of it's unique. I mean, to be a part of an educational group, Artemis, which have schools here in Qatar. And to be a part of building that company for the community's sakes, that's really big, and that's something that makes me really happy, because sport, I mean, it's one of a million that becomes an Olympian.
Yeah, of course.
Sports is so much about, the physical health, about the social life, about belonging to a group, grow myself, but also the community part. So I'm very proud of, be able to work with my passion, with the company that shares the same passion and shares the passion for sports community, that sports and physical activities should be a part of.
Yeah, and then you see, the happiness in the kids, and because it's, as you say, it's not, not all kids are doing sports.
No,
but everyone should actually doing sports because we need to move. And that makes us happy.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, it does, out of several perspectives, right? It's
endorphins,
like
you just like release, and also you let go of your worries. And small kids also worry about stuff.
Of course, and nowadays, I mean, we have big competitors in all these iPhones, iPads, and the kids today, they are sitting so much still comparing that were like our generation did. We were out and played all the time. But I have one moment I would like to share, if
please.
it's okay. Yeah, that I was, sharing someone else's happiness that made me so touched that I don't think I've never been so touched in my life. And it was in Saudi Arabia, and I was, really had the honor to be the project leader of the first sport project ever for girls under Ministry of Education, ever.
Wow.
Because that has never been done. And we did it, and it was a Learn How to Swim program that today are actually a national program in Saudi Arabia. And I was with at the pool deck with the students and the teachers and the supervisors and everything, and it was just girls. And suddenly I saw one of the teachers. She was standing crying. And I went to her and like, oh, how are you? Can I do something? Or something happened. And she said like, you know what? This, to learn how to swim, has been the biggest dream of my life. I was not allowed to do that when I was a small girl. Now I can give it back to my girls, to my students. And that was like, for us Swedes, we are so used to have all these opportunities. They just like... And that touched me so hard, like, this is someone else's biggest dream. And I dreamt about being a world champion in the sports. And even at that point, I was not happy. And she's standing crying because she can, deliver it to the next generation. So that was a very big moment for me when I realized, like,
so beautiful.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
That's something. And also, when you are talking about it, I can actually see it. As it's a film.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really,
I often think about that moment. That I actually also, all of this experience that I was given as we are served all opportunities. Or I'm from a sporty family. Sport was like a natural way of going in my family, and to give that back, I really felt like this is happiness for real, like real.
But I remember now when you're talking about swimming school, learning how to swim, I just got a thing that I have never, I haven't thought about this since I was a kid, I think, because when I was learning to swim, and the teacher was like, yes, and now it's the legs, and now we're going to do the arms, and I thought it was a little bit tough. With the legs, so I was faking it. I had one foot in the pool. Bottom, what do you call it? Pool floor.
The bottom of the pool.
So I was kind of walking.
And doing but you remember? This is pretty funny because I have a story about this as well. My grandmother, my father's mom. She used to be a swimmer. She actually won Swedish championship in swimming 1937.
Wow.
She was the one that brought me to the pool for the first time. And do you remember when you learned how to swim on land before you went into the water? You were with your legs, you're kicking. And the
like
swim
teacher,
exactly. And the swim teacher came to me and looked at my kicks and said like, you will never be able to swim breaststroke because you don't have the natural movement in your feet. And I'm like, I remember I took my grandma in her hand and we're like, let's go home. And so you can imagine what I did that summer. I was on the grass learning, learning how to kick. Yeah.
And here you are.
Yeah.
But that's pretty cool that your grandmother also was a swimmer and
and she was like really one of the first generation of female swimmers. Like one of the And after that, she became like, I don't really know the word in English, but she was like head of the pool. So she was a swim teacher. So she was really also into, passionate about learning other.
So the second generation, the same. That is pretty cool.
Almost the third.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But Emma, can I ask you something? So if with happiness, you talked a bit about your happiness and what makes you happy. But if you have people around you and, family and friends, and you see someone that is lacking its, vibe, lacking its like, and it's not super happy, do you have like a little small kind of recipe that you can give them? Is there something you can do for them? What would your recipe for happiness be for your friend?
First of all, I'm never ever afraid of asking. Good. Sometimes you can be like, oh, you don't want to ask because you cannot really handle the answer. Yeah. Do you know how I mean with that? Like,
oh no, it's private.
Yeah. So I'm never ever like afraid of asking. I'm not afraid of asking 10 times either if I see someone is unhappy or whatever. But I also think it's so important to see the small things in the daily life. Yeah. I mentioned that before, but the thing of being grateful, it can be like an easy exercise. I know many people do and recommend, but just like the last thing you do before you go to bed, think of the the 3 good things that happened that day, because I have had downs in my life, but I always find 3 things. It could be like the sun is shining, or you had a good coffee with a friend, because I think you can, or I know you can programming your brain about decide that you focus on the positive things instead of the negative things.
And I think that both you and me, I'm also into the gratitude. I think we talked about that. And also the fact that, as you were saying, like some days it's not like 100 super percent, and then we are not super nice in all our aspects. And that is really good to do that kind of inventory in the evening, and then the day after you can just go back to that person like, hey, maybe I wasn't the most happy person yesterday, so can you so instead of just building up all the things, because that I think make us more unhappy.
100%. Right. And I also sometimes I feel not all my friends or all people in my closest but I have so much easier today to say like, no, it's crap today. It's not good. It's not good, and that's also okay, because you just sometimes you just need to speed that out, and then you can then you can start again. But then of course, for me to do physical activities, it's like the base, sleep well, eat well, do like movement every day. That are a good base for being happy. So then you can add on, but I think like...
So that would be your kind of like recommendation, like, okay, so this is my happiness. This is my...
Eat, sleep, move.
Eat, sleep, move.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. It's pretty easy, and I think like, especially the physical activity, it's underestimated. It's like... you always talk about this runner's high, when you run and you feel like, but try that. If you don't have it in your daily routine and you feel a little bit low or whatever, try to add, like, it doesn't need to be 1 hour every day. It can be like 20-30 minutes. Just more than you do.
Because we both live in the same place. Not in the same place, but in the same area. And we see each other, not in the mornings, but we see each other on the gram. Instagram, like, okay, Emma was out then. And like pictures. Because that is, when you start your day with seeing the sun go up, you move your body, and also you feel pretty good about yourself because you have
100%.
done a lot of steps.
And another spectra I never ever thought of before I moved to Riyadh. As I told you, like we lived in Saudi for 3 years. Is the power of nature. Because we both from Sweden, you know, we are like kind of these active people in Sweden. We go out, we skiing, we hiking, we cycling, we do everything. We have almost all of us have forest pretty close. Maybe if you don't live, in the city of Stockholm, but I mean, I'm born and raised at the sea. I'm born and raised out in the woods, out in the forest. We love skiing and everything. Then you move to the middle, like a very big city in the middle of the desert. And when I came here to Qatar, it was like I came back to that feeling again. And I realized I have missed nature so much. So these morning walks, I know both you and me do.
We do.
It's like, a Kinder egg.
It is.
It's like the movement. It's the good start of the day, but also to see all the beauties around.
You know what I have started also to do, I want to share with you. I'm not sure what you are doing, but instead of having something in my ears, which I used to have, listen to a podcast or listen to some funky tunes, now I'm just listening to the birds, listening to myself, because that is also quite a good thing to recharge yourself for the day.
I think the detox of like phones and everything is the best thing you can do for yourself sometimes. Right. I was on a TV show in Sweden called The Survivals. It's like Bear Grylls have it in UK and everything. So we went out to this desert island for 3 weeks. And we were not allowed to have phones. But you didn't have food. You didn't have. The only thing that we got was 25 liters of water. And then we needed to solve everything during 3 weeks. It was, but it was so many moments. We sat, on the beach or at the cliff or something, and we saw things. And we were like, okay, this is real. If we had our mobiles now, we probably, take them up, filming, taking pictures. Now, there's no choice. So we're actually sitting here and, as you say, just breathe it in. And that is, something that I do think we do too less today.
It's a smart thing. It is a really good prescription.
Yeah.
From Dr. Emma.
Yeah, Dr. Emma. No, but I think, it's including myself.
Yeah.
Of course. I'm not...
so online all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
Just answer.
Yeah.
And then I forget to answer. And then I forget for days.
Yeah.
And then I was like, the anxiety.
No, that's... I think that's... thing that we need to learn how to handle, because that's the thing with all this digital.
Yeah, you're right. And it doesn't make us happy in the long run.
100%.
My dear Emma, it feels like I could sit here and talk for hours with you.
Yeah, the same.
Do you have anything that you want to share? Some kind of like sprinkle of the happiness? Do you have anything you feel like, this is my key to happiness?
Yeah, but one thing I can share, I often hear like, oh, you're so motivated all the time. You're so happy about everything you're doing all the time. Yeah. What's your recipe?
Yeah. What's your secret?
Yeah, what's the secret? But the secret is that I actually choose to do things that makes me happy. Yeah. I choose to spend time with people that makes me happy, and I choose my job because I work with people that makes me happy. I work with a work that makes me happy because I work with my passion, and that sounds like easy. You cannot just scale off everything, but you can scale off the things that you actually can, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Because our life is too short to spend time with people you don't like if you don't need to or do things. And sometimes I think it's just a fear that stands between unhappiness and happiness.
Yeah.
And I think we all just need to be a little bit more brave.
Yeah.
If we can be more brave, I think we would be more happy.
I love that.
Yeah.
No, honestly, because you know, you need to be brave, and kindness is a superpower, and we need to sprinkle it with us, you know, with our surroundings, friends, people we don't know.
Yeah.
Because then we feel good about ourselves,
Yeah.
you know, when we are doing that.
I mean, I was in finance when I quit swimming. I was a banker.
Oh.
Can you see that?
No.
No, that didn't make me happy.
No, of course.
And I remember when, you know, everyone like, oh, should you leave that? It's so good. It's a good salary. You can have, you know, this career and these opportunities. And like, but this is not what makes me happy.
Yeah.
It's sport. It's my passion.
Yeah.
That makes me happy.
Yeah.
And this kind of decision all of us can have in our life, right?
Yeah. And also, you know, I'm just like sprinkling these cliches today. But, you know, the happiness is an inside job. It is.
Yeah. It will never, not the real happiness can never come from outside. It needs to come from inside. And maybe that's a cliche, but it is the truth. I mean, you can do the call it sprinkle or whatever, like this short-term happiness you can buy yourself, you know. But
shopping.
Shopping or travels or, you know, but the real happiness needs to come from inside. Then you can sprinkle it with shopping or, you know, events or whatever. But that I think that will become a very hard life to have if you always need to rely on, you know, what's happening around you instead of inside you.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And also the fact that, you know, this that you have been sharing with us today, the movement that is key. That is key. I think that is the kind of a foundation for the happiness, for our well-being. And that doesn't cost any money, no reals, no Swedish kronas.
No.
It is for free.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Swedish candy though. That makes me happy.
Oh, me too. So happy.
That is happiness you can buy, right?
That is the only thing I miss. No, I miss a lot. Please, Mama, Papa, I miss.
Yeah.
No, but Swedish candy.
Swedish candy, Swedish coffee, right?
Yeah, Swedish coffee. So, shall we say thank you of course, I want to say thank you for coming. Thank you for being so generous. Thank you for being amazing. And thank you for being you, Emma.
Thank you.
You are such a star.
Thank you. You too, Anne. Yeah.
I love you. And
love
in
you.
Swedish, I love you is jag älskar dig.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my God, she's crazy.
No.
So shall we say thank you,
thank you
to our viewers and our listeners in
tack.
Swedish?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, tack.
Tack. Tack så mycket.
Tack så mycket.
Shukran, mashkora, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Anne, and thank you.
Yalla, bye.
Yalla.